What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Quarantino Da GAWD coming at you live and direct. And today we have a very special topic, nigga. So let's get right into it. So guys, the respect level for women in 2020 is at an all-time low. Low, guys. And let me explain why. I know a lot of women are going to be upset. I know a lot of bitches going to be in their feelings about me saying this. But the fact of the matter is they have lowered themselves to a vibration that it sits beneath everything that we understand to be right, true, virtuous, and all that good stuff. I saw a video on Twitter, and it was a woman who was filming her friend and her ex-boyfriend. And the woman who was filming was basically instigating one of her friends, who was drunk, by the way. She was instigating one of her friends to give her ex-boyfriend some head. Yep, you heard it right. And the thing is, this situation is not uncommon. You see, bitches have been cheerleading their women to be hoes. And this was all on Instagram Live. Let me make that clear. So she was cheerleading her friend to be a slur and degrade herself on the internet, as if begging for the dick and basically trying to pull his pants down. She basically assaulted this man sexually, basically tried to pull the brother's pants down, and he didn't want it. I mean, the bitch was busted who was trying to give him some throat anyway. I mean, I ain't gonna say she was all the way busted, but, you know, she was not looking the best. And the woman who was filming was instigating. See, and this is just a microcosm of what is actually going on. You see, when a woman starts an OnlyFans page, the women in the comments say, "Oh, girl, get that bag. Go get that bag." When a woman becomes a porn star, "Oh, her body, her choice. Go get that bag. Do this, that, and the third, and get that bag and live free." Women are the only ones who are encouraging this whole behavior. Men are basically tired of it. Like, men see this shit and it annoys us. You know, it irks us. It eats at us because we grew up looking for ladies. Y'all bitches ever heard of lady in the streets but a freak in the bed? See, they want to be freaks in the streets and freaks in the bed, and it just doesn't work like that. Guys are giving up on you hoes. And I'm not saying that guys aren't out here pursuing women. That's not what I'm saying at all. Guys are not out here cuffing you bitches. We're not out here and going to risk it all. We're not going to put no ring on y'all hoe ass finger when, you know, in 2020, you know, we saw a video of you begging for another man's cock. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, what do you expect a man to do? He sees a video of his woman begging for another man's cock. He sees a video of his woman exposing herself online, and you think he's just going to be okay with that? It's a lot of nurses who are resorting to OnlyFans in order to get some extra cake, in order to get that bag, you see? And men, we don't respect that. We don't respect male porn stars. We're like, "Oh man, I bet he's having a great time," right? But we don't think that he worked hard for that, right? We don't think that he was a guy and he you know, he stood firm on his morals and he stayed tried and true to his scruples and you know, got it out the mud. No. No. See, we don't respect it. We think it is disgusting. Even guys who participate in watching porn, they still think these whores are disgusting. They'll fuck them. They will fuck them. No doubt about it. but they're not committing to these women. They're not cuffing these women. These women end up being miserable. Miserable. I saw a video that the little bitch Brittany Renner did, and we're gonna break that one down too. I'm gonna break that shit down for real. And it was hard to watch, right? It was hard to watch. Obviously, I don't feel sorry for the slore because she made her bed and she is now laying in it. Look, guys, it doesn't matter how much money a woman has. It doesn't matter how many destinations on the earth a woman has. Bitches love bragging about going this place and going that place. Dog, when I was like really in the field, like, and I'm still in the field, you know what I mean? But like before this corona shit, like when I was in the field and I'm, seeing how these bitches are maneuvering, dude, I'm the type of guy where I can walk to a group of bitches. I can walk up to a group of bitches and we can start conversation and get into some shit and get into some really deep shit where they're telling me things that they haven't told any other guy, just because I'm a good listener. I give good, verbal and or nonverbal cues, right? So I was talking to this one bitch and she was telling me she was basically telling me all this bullshit about, what she has done sexually, right? And I'm just sitting here, laughing at the shit because it's really just funny, that she felt like it would be cool to share it with me. And, I appreciate it. But the thing is, these hoes don't care. They're not being checked on their behavior. See, the bitch Brittany Renner, she's been out here. She was out here self-admittedly being a home wrecker, fucking guys whose girls have been in a relationship. And obviously, the accountability is split. But it's not a 50-50 split. See, when a woman seduces a man, it's not a 50-50 split because it's so much harder for a man to resist a woman than it is for a woman to resist a man. Women deny dudes all day. They deny dudes all day. That's why when we see a woman who is basically taking all incomers, we don't respect that because we understand that you don't have any impulse control. But the thing about these women is they're rooting it on. They're saying, go, girl, you go, girl, get that dick. Go get that dick. Go, hoe it up. Go do what you want to do. Live your best life. And they don't understand the repercussions to their actions until later, right? Like I said, when I was in the field, I was approaching women who had boyfriends all day. They always gave me their number. I could probably count on like one hand when a woman actually was like being loyal to her man and, essentially shut me down. I mean, they're not going to completely shut your boy down. They're going to give me some conversation, you know what I'm saying? They're going to give me some leeway and they're going to allow me to talk and spit my game, but I can only count on one hand. I can count on one hand the woman who did not accept my number and who did not text me back and continue something. And I'm sitting here thinking about this and I'm like, damn, all these bitches that I've talked to who have boyfriends, but they're still giving out their information, still giving out their social media, still giving out their numbers, still giving out their contact information. What are these guys seeing that I'm not? And this is how I can answer it. They're not seeing shit. They're blinded by the pussy. They're blinded by her physical. They're blinded by the affection that she may or may not show him. They're blinded by chasing her validation. See, a lot of guys need to get this situation out of their head and think that, women are the glorious thing. Like they're the prize. Look, if we want to talk about being a prize, just think about it. Just think about it now. Think about all of the single guys who are out here dominating life and building something for themselves and have their shit together. Even the single guys who are basically bums who people would consider fuckboys and all this other shit. These dudes are still able to find happiness. Why? Because for one, they're still getting pussy. They're still fucking. They're still fucking bitches. They're still out here playing the field. They're good. But the women who end up single, they start going on YouTube panels. They start going on Instagram Live during quarantine and talking about how niggas ain't shit. They are upset with the outcome of their life. They are upset that they've been through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marriages, and none of these men have lined up to what they wanted them to be, right? These women who end up single end up frustrated, end up broken. They end up upset with the outcome of their lives because they don't have anyone to share their lives with. See, men, we basically are out here and we have good friends. See, we'll keep friends for a long time. You know, I've got guys who I was down with in middle school, elementary school, who I still talk to this day, who I'm still cool with to this day. We grind together, we work out together. You know, we've been through some things, but at the end of the day, we overcame them. But women, on the other hand, they break relationships with their friends. They break relationships with their boyfriends. They are the queens of burning bridges. If you want to think about it, to dead this notion that women are the prize. Look, women are sexy and all this other shit. They're cool to fuck, and you know this is great. You know, men definitely take pride in having this quote unquote trophy wife. I'm not denying that. But what I can say is that the men who are single later on in life, they're living a lot better lives than the women who are single later on in life. And they still have options. Like, men can be single and still get pussy and all this other shit. Women, they can always get dick. I'm not saying they can't always get dick, but the thing is, they get tired of just getting dick, right? They want more. They want an emotional connection. And if it's just dick, then they end up being miserable after a while. They end up hating themselves, insecurity. When you look at this video, and I forgot exactly what the video was called that the bitch Bundle of Brittany did or whatever, but she was so upset with herself, the self-loathing. She basically had written out all of the troubles that she's had in her relationship and whatnot. And it was a classic case of hurt people hurt people. She had been hurt in previous relationships, said she was in an abusive relationship. Look, I'm not going to confirm or deny that, but just listen here. When a woman says that she was in an abusive relationship, know that it was her choice. Know that she stayed because it was exhilarating and exciting and it drew in her emotions to a high level. Know that she was just not out here being a victim. Know that she was actually playing into the part, right? Now, if she was getting slapped around and held against her will, look, cool, okay. You know, that's wrong. But oftentimes that's not the case. These women are, you know, picking dudes who don't give a fuck about them. They know they don't give a fuck about them, but they choose to see the light at the end of the tunnel as if the light was going to come closer if you don't make steps forward. And making steps forward is basically leaving a nigga who doesn't treat you the right way. But a woman will say, oh, he was verbally abusive and he was this, that, and the third, and he didn't treat me well and this, that, look. That is what attracted you in the first place, that he didn't give a fuck, that he was not one of these guys who was up your ass and all this other shit, and he didn't see you as the greatest thing in the world. And look, these women, for some reason, and I wish it wasn't true, guys. I really wish it wasn't true. Like, y'all don't understand how aggravated men are with the behavior and the degradation that the dating game has come to. Dude, it's almost impossible to find a bitch who's not a whore. Like in 2020, it really is. Like for one, these bitches ain't even whores. Like they just hoes. Like they just fucking without no purpose. They're not getting anything out of any situation. They're just, oh, I'll sleep with him. And oh, I'll sleep with him too. And oh, I'll sleep with him too. Cause he's, you know what I mean? Like, and dudes, we don't want to sign up for that shit. We don't want to sign up for that shit. But, you know, a lot of guys are. A lot of guys are. A lot of guys are naive. A lot of guys are blind to the facts. But this is the thing. These women end up miserable after they fuck around. It's just a fact. I mean, look at all the men that Bundle of Brittany has been connected to. One of the first dudes that I seen her be connected to was like the lawyer dude, Caesar or Kaiser or some shit like that. You know, a motherfucker who was on his shit. But I can tell, for one, he's African, so he is not playing with you American bitches. The Africans, you know, and I'm Cameroonian, so the Africans, we're not playing with y'all less. Like we see through the bullshit because we were raised by very strict parents. We were raised the right way. We were raised to value certain things out of a woman, and if she cannot give us those things, and these are high value guys. These are doctors, lawyers, you know, guys who have their head on straight, guys who have real jobs, you know, real estate agents, guys who are really building something for themselves. We understand the game and we understand what a woman should bring to the table and what she can. And thing is, bruh was just not trying to fuck with a hoe. I mean, it was cool being seen with her. It gave him some clout, right? It probably helped with his notoriety on social media. And, you know, there was quote unquote relationship goals at one point. But dude, I can almost guarantee you that he broke up with her because no man wants to see his woman's ass all on the gram. I don't give a fuck. Like all these dudes who are dating, and don't get me wrong, these women who got their ass all on the gram, look, they got dudes who are fucking and all this shit. Like, my nigga, why wouldn't you fuck? But at the same time, these dudes are nowhere to be found on their social media. These dudes are not trying to be connected to that shit. You see? See, we don't operate the same. We don't want the attention. We rather have a bitch and keep her on the down low. We rather have a bitch and nobody know who the fuck she is, right? But that's not how women want it, especially in 2020. They want everything on blast. They want to make sure that you know that we went on a couples retreat and we went out of town together and, oh, my boyfriend's so great and this, that, and the third. And then 6 months later, you see her with another nigga getting fucked. Guys, that's why you need to separate yourself from these women's social media, because I promise you, once you stop fucking with her, and even while you're fucking her, she's probably fucking other dudes anyway. Once you stop basically giving her that attention, I promise you she'll be on to the next dick in less than 3 days. Like you'll probably see a post within that week of her fucking another dude, fucking with another dude, whatever. You know what I mean? Or evidence of such. Us as men are basically tired of the antics, and we're tired of this sexual freedom movement because at the end of the day, there are plenty of guys. I would say majority of guys want to be in a good relationship. Majority of guys, but those aren't the guys that women go for. Because truth be told, women only see the men. They only see them, like I'm talking about in public, like they only see men who they think are sexually attractive, right? They only see men who they find sexually attractive, who check off their physical standards, who check off their physical boxes. So that's all they can see. They don't even think about the guys who, may not have it all together, and might not be the most attractive dudes. They don't even think about them. To them, they don't even exist. Like, the only time they exist is when they're sliding in their DMs, sending them dick pics or on some weird shit. Women want all the attention from these weirdo guys and then want a real man who is about his shit and who, stands firm on his scruples to cuff them. It doesn't happen like that. You either get one or the other. You want attention from all these other guys, or you want my unmitigated loyalty. Right? And that's what it comes down to. And until they realize this shit, they're going to forever be getting fucked and chucked, and they're going to forever be complaining about fuck boys and all this other shit. Bitch, when you got your ass all on the motherfucking gram, all on the motherfucking social media, nobody's going to take you seriously. I mean, some dudes will, and they going to be some simp ass niggas and kowtowing to everything your ass want. And after a while, that shit's going to get old. You're not going to want him anymore, baby girl. So let's just cut the bullshit right now. So the moral of the story is, men, stop cuffing these bitches. Stop allowing them to make it seem like all this shit is okay. Stop falling in their DMs. Stop commenting on their pictures, stop liking their pictures, stop doing all that shit. I know it's not going to happen. I know it's an impossible feat. But if you hear the sound of my voice right now, you can make a difference just by not doing shit. Just let these bitches ride off into the sunset. Look, they're going to look hot for a long time. 10, 15, 20 years, they might be sexy as fuck, right? But just let it ride, bro. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to say there are plenty of women who aren't on that bullshit, but there are a few. And when you find them, don't cuff them bitches neither, because they have probably been conditioned to be on that bullshit. They just don't really act it out, but mentally their minds are there. So if you want to build something with a bitch, you are going to have to correct that behavior, point blank. Or don't be seen with her. Fuck her, don't cuff her. Fuck her, don't cuff her. Don't judge her. Fuck her, don't cuff her. And that's how we got to be moving in 2020, guys, because it's so much of a liability to take one of these slurs on, to take one of these sexually liberated, quote unquote, bitches on, and, pour in a lot of your resources, a lot of your time, attention into a bitch when you could have been doing something else, like building something for yourself, like building up your bread, right? Like building up your stature, like working out and building up your physical. So much more things that you can do than chase these hoes around, because I promise you, dude. And I'm not saying you can't, go out here and have sex. Look, I'm not saying this. Look, if anything, go out here and prove these bitches right. Prove them right that, yeah, you can be sexually liberated, and I can be emotionally liberated and not have any emotional ties to you, and not have any ties to this bitch, because you're sexually liberated and I'm liberated in a way too, meaning that I want my freedom from you crazy ass bitches, right? So two can play at that game. Guys, when you're out in the field, you can definitely tell who the whores are. Don't act like you can't. And even these women who disguise it well, just have a conversation with them. Let the bitch talk. Let her talk herself into some bullshit. I promise you, she gonna say some hoe shit after a while, and you just gonna be like, okay, word. All right, well, I know what to do with this. Just let these bitches talk themselves into and let them dig their own grave, bro. Because I promise you, they will tell you everything you need to know about their mental. They might not tell you that, yeah, I'm fucking 20 dudes right now. They might not tell you that, yeah, I fuck like 30 dudes. But look, you can tell by the way that she's talking. You can tell by her demeanor. You could tell by the way that she carries herself. So, guys, don't fall for this trap. You already know what it is. Your boy Quarantino Da GAWD. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Send your relationship questions to my email and send a screenshot of the CashApp so I know it's real. You already know what it is. Your boy Quarantino Da GAWD. Y'all need to be on y'all motherfucking ding with the bullshit. I'm out.